Good morning. Glad you could join us wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. Maybe it's in the afternoon or evening, but glad you're there. So I want to share something from Bob Goff's book right here. I want to give him full credit. Live in Grace, Walk in Love, 365-Day Journey. This is day number 260, and I read this earlier this week. See interruptions as opportunities, and you'll be more like Jesus than before. So I read that title, and I'm like, yeah, I can smell what's coming here, and I don't know that I'm going to like it. Because I don't like interruptions. Do you? I mean, do you really like interruptions? How about when you're talking and they keep interrupting you? That's no fun. And sometimes technology adds to it. You know, with a cell phone, there's a little bit of a delay. I don't know why with the technology we have. And Zoom, there's a delay, and then people are talking over. I don't like that. And how about when you're right in the middle of doing something and you get interrupted? I don't think anybody really likes it. But I'll share some of the things that it says here. And I think it's true what he says about Jesus. Most of us get frustrated by interruptions because we think they get in the way of the real work we're supposed to be doing. But Jesus didn't see it that way. When Jesus experienced an interruption, he saw people in need. Loving people wasn't something on Jesus' to-do list or something to squeeze into his schedule when he had time. His whole life was about loving people. And whoever was in front of him was the most important person to him in that moment. He goes on to say, Jesus showed us love isn't something we do, it's someone we become. So I read that the other morning and I just thought, well, those are very nice thoughts, and I put it down. A couple minutes later, Heidi came to me and she goes, I hate to interrupt, because she knows that when I'm sitting in the sunroom and I was studying, and there are times like when I'm getting a message ready, I really loathe interruptions because I'm just like way inside my head. But anyway, she comes, she goes, I know you hate interruptions, but Raina, our granddaughter, who's spending a couple nights, was upstairs on the computer in our room, and she's in school. And she needed to interview somebody and ask them something about perseverance. And Heidi said, I think you could talk to her about hiking the Grand Canyon. And she looked at me and goes, if you can't, I understand. I know you hate interruptions. I said, no, hon, you need to come here. I need to show you something. I said, I just read this devotional from Bob Goff. It says, see interruptions as opportunities, and you'll be more like Jesus than before. And she looked at me, she laughed. I said, yeah, I think I'll go upstairs. I think I got the message. So I went up, and it was cute because, and it has to be recorded, and Mrs. Kennedy is going to listen to this whole thing. And so that was a learning experience for me. But Raina, she just pretty much asked me, what can you tell me about perseverance? So she just had to ask me one question. You know, I'm a preacher, and so I told her about hiking the Grand Canyon. You start at dawn, you go 16 miles down, 2 miles along the river, and then 8 miles out. It's 24 miles altogether. Unless you take a wrong turn, and you start, it's 30 degrees. By the time it's about 2 in the afternoon, it's 106 degrees. And we wrap up, it's about 60 degrees. And she was almost slack-jawed. She's just like, wow, I don't think I could do that. But anyway, it was just such a great experience. And that as it's happening, I'm like, well, I'm going to share this words of hope. Next time I record words of hope, I'm going to share this. Just a Bible verse and then a final couple questions from Bob. In humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of others. That's what the Apostle Paul said in Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. That is the mindset of Jesus, loving the person who is in front of him. And then he wraps up with these two questions. Who's trying to interrupt you these days? Who is that person that's annoying you? Maybe, just maybe, God wants you to really take notice of them. And how can you turn your heart toward them today? God bless you. God bless you and your interruptions. Take care. Be well.